So, good evening. Today we are going to discuss about the verse number 4, which is connected with the second part of Lamrim. And I teach on this Atisha's text only once. That was maybe for 20 years ago. So this time I was very fortunate to work on this. But at the same time, just checked I just checked what kind of subject that he deals. And this text, Atisha's text, is of course root text for all Lamrim. But I found there are many parts of normal Lamrim subjects are not included in this text. So therefore I thought already that we already discussed some part last days, and such as such as impermanence, such as precious human life, and Guru devotions. These are not included in this text, this root text. But I have also Atisha, his own commentary on that. And in this text, there are large explanation or long explanation about Guru devotions, but still it's missing about precious human life and impermanence. And regarding the taking refuge and karma was also quite explained quite short. So today's subject, as I mentioned, middle part, so that means, as you can read, the first verse, first stroke is renunciation of samsara. Second is return from the bad deeds. Third is aiming to reach nirvana. This is the second. This is the middling. Those people who have middling capacities. So therefore, we need to explain this part for Noble Truths. So that means we need to discuss about sufferings and cause of sufferings, and the Noble Truth of cessation, and the Noble Truth of path. All these four Noble Truths need to be explained. We also need to discuss about the three. What's the three? Concentration and three higher trainings also need to be included. So, in order to discuss about the cause of suffering, of course we need to talk about karma. In order to talk about karma, we also need to talk about the taking refuges. So therefore all these subjects linked very strongly. So I would like to try to explain briefly all these matters. Generally speaking, of course, taking refuge and karma belongs to this first part, but while we need to concentrate or consider about the Four Noble Truths, so it comes also automatically. So never mind, we can start with taking refuge. We are all taking refuge every day. We are all knowing about the three jewels. But of course, it's necessary to make sure every time and again and again regard the analyze what you mean if you're taking refuge. If you take refuge, taking refuge means we are taking refuge to the three jewels. That's very simple to say. But how do you take refuge, and who are the three jewels? So this are very important to know at first. It is very easy to say, taking refuge to the three jewels, but it wouldn't finish only this short explanation or short explanation. We need to really know what does it really mean, three jewels. Three jewels, of course, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, but what is Buddha, what is Dhamma, what is Sangha? This definition or this identification need to be done very precisely. Buddha's statue or painting, Buddhist books, and stupas, as well as vajra bells, are symbol of three jewels. They are not real three jewels, but we also using terminology of named three jewels. Three jewels only by name. That means statue, books, and so on are not real three jewels, but some kind of representative. Real three jewels are those who achieved Buddhahood. This state of Buddhahood is real Buddha. And mental development from the third level of 5 levels, which is stage of seeings. Whenever you reached realization of emptiness, this quality from upward from this time, all mental qualities are Dharma. And those people who possess these mental qualities are Sangha. We are using the terminology of Sangha for nuns and monks, but actually if there's a group of 4 nuns or 4 monks, this group is Sangha, but not individually. The logic is among the 4 nuns or 4 monks can be one of them reached 3rd level of these 5 levels. So therefore, from the possibilities point of view, we are using terminology Sangha to this group. The reason is why we are analyzed this way, because 3 jewels must be able to protect us, give us protections. In that case, so then you can ask why and who is really protector. The answer is Dharma is the real protector. Because if you have a realization of emptiness, from this onward, you never come back, return into samsara. So therefore, you rescued or you protected from the samsara. So therefore, Dharma is real protector, real object of taking refuge, and Buddha is teacher. As a teacher, Buddha is teacher, And Sangha, that I mentioned just now, the group of nuns and monks are, or better to say, those who reached emptiness are for us example. So therefore, through this combination of three jewels, we rescue from samsara, we will be saved from the samsara. So this is some kind of general explanation of three jewels. So now we need to make precisely, and there are two kinds of three jewels. One is three jewels in the sense of cause, and another one is three jewels in the sense of result. Three refuges, or refuge in the sense of, or which is connected with cause. Another one is result. For example, those people who reached Buddhahood, those people who reached Arhat, or realization of emptiness, and those mental qualities from these people are the three jewels in the sense of cause, because they can support me in order to achieve my own future three jewels. My own future three jewels. That means through my practice, I realized emptiness. So then, from now onward, I will be Sangha. My mental qualities are my Dharma. And at the end, I'll become a Buddha. So this will be my future Buddha. So these three sets are three jewels in the sense of result, the last part. When we are making offerings, when we pray to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and we will wishing something to achieve. So that means we don't ask them to give from their side in my mind, but actually we are asking for them that I wish to be able to increase my mental power to achieve your quality, just like your quality in my mind. We couldn't get their quality in my mind, but just similar. None of the Buddha or the Bodhisattva can transfer their mental good qualities into us, but they only can show the way and meaning of their practice. So we can learn it, and we can practice it, and we can generate it in our mind. This is the taking refuge. If you go to Chinese temple, we can see many people coming there, going there, and many people make offerings with fruits and flowers and incense, lights, and so on. They're requesting very strongly something to obtain long life, prosperity, whatever. These are, of course, nothing to do with Buddhist practice. And we also Tibetan, so to say, social practice. I would say social Dharma practice. This is not really pure Dharma practice, social Dharma practice. It's also not very different than what we can see in Chinese temple, right? Making also offerings and asking for this and that things, which are really very strongly linked with our very life, this life. These are not really Dharma practice. And we couldn't get any support from the side of Buddha or side of Dhammapala or Bodhisattva or who else. As soon as we are requesting something, so they'll give, okay, now you have here. So I received now quite a number of offerings, such as very nice flowers and very good fruits, so I'll give you this. This is not that way to function. But the only function, if we ask them from my heart very strongly. So because of the way of requesting, the way of requesting give me very strong power in order to increase my furthermore powers to achieve better understanding. This comes from our inside, from our own heart side, not from the outside. Outside is just small help. Because we are so much focusing toward to external things. So therefore we need something to rely on that. So if we see, such as if we see Buddha statue, or we feel very blessed one, very powerful, and so therefore we rely on that. If we see some, let's see, photo of your boyfriend or girlfriend, so as soon as you see, so you can increase greatly your attachment to this people. It's actually the function is the same. But at the same time, if you see from this piece of paper, photos, couldn't give you any very strong attachment, but attachment increased or produced by yourself. So therefore, we need to produce our good quality, our mental qualities, our emptiness, bodhicitta, whatever we have, we need to produce by ourselves, not from the statue, not even from the real Buddha. This second person who has middling capacities, so he is aiming only achieve arhat for the benefit of his own peace. So even though he must obtain realization of emptiness, if you aim to the Buddhahood as really focusing on that, so then of course you also need to achieve the realization of emptiness. So therefore, in order to achieve the emptiness, you must know what is the wrong up to now. How can I achieve the emptiness? All these matters need to be considered. Emptiness is real nature, absolute nature of all phenomena, wisdom which is proper understanding of real nature of all phenomena. This is the emptiness. Opposite of wisdom, opposite of emptiness is ignorance. So that means ignorance has a nature of unknowing of the reality. So now we need to discuss about the real nature or superficial nature of phenomena. This is the matter of communication between subject and object. So that means usually we as a subject, we are focusing on different kinds of objects. While we are focusing, we are thinking that this and that object have or has certain power of on existence. So that means all these objects exist from itself. And we're thinking this object is very steady, very powerful. So therefore, I can see this. I can grasp on that. I can rely on that. As soon as I rely on that, it gives me certain experience. So that means if we buy some article, and first we see this article, and we have maybe we have some kind of interest to get this, to buy this, but we didn't. I didn't make a decision. But later I'm thinking, I think this is quite good to buy. Then I buy this, and at the end, after I'm buying, I think this is really good. My decisions are great. This is really good. These have this and that qualities. And then through this quality, through this understanding of qualities, increasing so much attachment from my side. Therefore, I think I rely on that material so much. This is a great some kind of exaggeration. Of course, every phenomenon can give us some help or some. They have some qualities, but the way of I'm thinking is much more than that. What they really have. So therefore, through the attachment. Adjust, they exaggerate so much. Likewise, if I see someone who really I don't like from my heart, as soon as I see him or her, even just his shadow, I feel it's so terrible. I can't bear it. And even I see his voice, it's so ugly, it's so incredible things. So this exaggeration comes from my heart. At the same time, someone, he's a friend. He feels, oh, this is the best man, whatever I can meet. So whatever he did is wonderful. I see him, whatever he did is terrible. So that means all this grasp on the subject, or on the object, is always operating through the concept and exaggeration. So that science, it shows me I rely on this object too much. This is not true. It's always there's only exaggeration. So therefore, within this kind of communication, there's no truth. There's always, this view is wrong. But as soon as you realize the emptiness, of course you will see the good object as good, bad object as bad, but you are not be grasped on that, and you are not thinking that all these good and bad qualities are coming from out of this object. But all this feeling, or all this way of thinking, comes from your side, from your side as concepts. So therefore, this viewer who reached the emptiness, he can see more or less as a regular way, but he's not grasped on that. This is the main point. His Holiness always emphasized, at least in the European countries, while he gives teachings, you can use luxurious goods, but you shouldn't attach on that. Having good car, having good whatever you would like to have, you can have that, but you are not grasped on that. This is the main thing. we need to see to the objects. The objects existed. The objects have certain power to exist its own show its own identification. It must have identification. And then, if you know this properly, you will see, and you can use this function. You can understand what it help, what kind of support it can gives me, and what's not. The limit, you will see the limit. If you see film, you can see so many things, such as very, how should I say, very handsome man, a beautiful woman, and they're fighting and they're quarrel and whatever. There are many, many experiences you can find, you can watch in the film. At this moment, generally speaking, you're not to fall in love to this beautiful woman and handsome boys, or you're not to increase, you're not to generate such a very strong hatred because this fighting that you are seeing. Because the reason is, you know in the background, you know this is not true. So likewise, we all need to see all phenomena in the sense of untruth. There does exist in the sense of untruth position. So I think I must do a bit quicker way. So however, if you understand this, then you can find all our conception has some kind of wrong views, and all these conceptions deal with wrong understanding. All these conceptions will give you, at the end, a great trouble. When I say conceptions, it means such as attachment, hatred or anger, jealous, and so on. If I say concept, it means delusion, defilements. Delusion, defilements, and the Tibetan according to Tibetan terminology, is Nyönmong, which we explain from the philological point of view. It says a mental factor which produce so much conflict. This is the Nyönmong. As long as that we have any of these defilements, we wouldn't have any peace in our mind. So therefore, it's produce so much conflict. These defilements produce several kinds of actions. Action by thought, action by speech, action by, how should I say, external activities. Through these defilements, produce suffering of change, suffering of pervasive conditions. There are many other different kind of suffering types, but at the end, these three types are major type of sufferings. I think I mentioned already in the last days, but however, when we are in a Buddhist context, when we are talking about sufferings, we are not talking about the suffering of suffering, not even suffering of change, but suffering of pervasive condition. Suffering of a pervasive condition is through the defilements produce or reacted bad karmas. These bad, wrong thoughts and the wrong action put together, comes together, and produce many, many lives in the future, which are always, how should I say, forced to be in the samsara. This is the suffering of preventive condition. At the end, this is some kind of never-ending position. Our program is till 9:30, right? Yes. So therefore, if we are talking about this, so then we will understand really effect, really good or bad quality of defilements will be clear. I always try to explain to the people. Generally speaking, of course, we are talking about very bad condition or very bad effect of the bad thoughts, which are affective emotions. But we need to search whether if there's any good qualities in order to increase our own better and proper understanding of defilements. It's not good enough. It's not strong enough to hear from the lamas or from the whoever that defilements are really very bad. But we must, by ourselves, need to proper understanding of this, and we need to believe this is good, this is not good. So if we believe the all defilements really the source of all troubles, so then we will be interested in liberation, to search liberation, to achieve the emptiness. Otherwise, everything will be just smallest empty word. After we proper understood of suffering of a preventive condition, we will be automatically interested in the communication of or activities of karmas. What are the really karmas? How the karmas are functioning, and how can I change in my karma? All these things come through automatically. I think I mentioned earlier, we are Buddhists talking about quite a lot of sufferings, but this is the way we are talking is a very, very optimistic way. And through the explanation of suffering, we are seeing the possibility to end. We are not talking about never-ending sufferings. Always end of sufferings. The suffering is not the nature of our mind. So that means we can change by ourselves. And as a result of change, we will be able to free from ourselves. This is the really liberalization, and this is really real achievement of Buddhahood. Or maybe better to say, it is possible to achieve liberalization, and it's possible to achieve Buddhahood. Because of that, we can see our real aim, which is Buddhahood or Arhat, never mind any of this high level of conditions. And we also see through which method that we can achieve this statement. Therefore, Buddhists teaching based on the law of cause of the conditions. And the really matter or really subject of Buddhist teachings are actually only Four Noble Truths. So that means Buddha showed us that our condition is suffering. That means suffering of a pervasive condition. And he said, it is you can end. And this comes from the bad karma and bad thought or affective emotions, and you can achieve Buddhahood or Arhat, and you can apply so many high level of path. So through this way, he explained everything in Four Noble Truths. As I said repeatedly, several times, that we need to check, we need to focus on our mind, the way we are thinking, the way we are talking, we are dealing with people. This is the start of taking good shape in the karma, or better to say, start with dealing with good karma. And from this point, we are really starting the handle karma correctly. This way of thinking is very good preventive, not in order to not increase defilements. So this is the Dhamma practice. So in that case, we can understand there are two kind of Dhamma practice. The first is from right now, what we are doing correctly, start with this, up to the realization of emptiness, and then after that. So there are the two level of Dhamma practice that we could have in our mind. Therefore, dealing correct with karma is Dhamma practice. This main Dhamma practice.
所以呢，正确的、如理的去处理我们的这个业呢，这个是佛法的修行，而且是主要的修行。
So now I must conclusion. In order to, how should I explain now in a few words? The emptiness is, if you generated emptiness, you are in the safest position. In order to achieve this safe position, you must reduce defilements. You must take out from the root of defilements, which is ignorance. Therefore, within the Four Noble Truths, there are two sets. One is cause and effect, in the sense of negativities, and another last two cause and effect and sense of positive.
所以呢，事实上这个四圣谛
Sense
里
of
面，
positive or achievement. So in order to achieve emptiness, you must have very strong concentration, which is shini. In order to achieve the shini, you must have great discipline in your mind. If I make very short, we are as a human being, it raises so many wrong thoughts. We shouldn't follow up. We just ignore that. This is the basic basic practice. As soon as, or as long as, you follow your concepts, it's never ending. You're always involved in the trouble or struggle. We will be not in the position to remove our wrong thought for the time being. It will come, but let it come. But don't follow it. This is the main key point. Usually, if we are hearing something, whatever, let's say bad things, so we are so excited and make issue of it. And then exaggerate, of course, many ways. So it becomes such a big things at the end. So these are really unnecessary. So therefore, we need to. We can't stop the other people talking rubbish things or whatever, untruth. So let them say. So we don't need to follow up. We will not able to right at the beginning to do so, but we can try. We can try and we can reduce to make issues. Maybe today making so much issues, but tomorrow lessen issues. And we can try to regret that what I did wrong thing, wrong produce or wrong thoughts, wrong communication. But then I can try less and less. So it will be great help for our daily life in order to accumulate good deeds. These are the subjects from those people who has intermediate capacity. Of course, we as Mahayana practitioner, we would like to achieve Buddhahood, but still we need all this practice as fundamental practice. So thank you very much for tonight. And if you have some questions, please welcome.
Okay. The question here is, are there differences between the refuge tree and the merit field? The refuge field or the merit field? From my understanding, they are the same. Am I correct? If yes, then why are there two ways of mentioning the same thing? Also, why are there different types of refuge fields and merit fields? Can Your Holiness explain, and in what context do each differing merit fields be used? Thank you.
So that means all the difference between the refuge tree field, yes, and the merit field. The question number one is actually it's the same. It's the same. There's no difference. But from the meditative point of view, there's a little bit difference. Because if you're talking about refuge field, then usually we meditate Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, more or less simple way. But if you're talking about merit field, then one tries to visualize more extensive. We put more all the lamas of lineage and several different meditation deities and many Buddhas, many Bodhisattvas and Partika Buddha, Shravaka, Dakas, Dakinis, Dhammapalas, such as Lama Chöpa's Thangka, and such as Pema Sambhava's Thangka, and so on. And then he or she asks again, why there are different types of refuge fields, merit fields, because of different kind of meditation. And if you're especially in tantric part, for instance, just example, if you want, just example, there are special merit field of Mahamudra, merit field of Dzogchen, merit field of Gwe Samaja, merit field of Chakasamvara, Vajrayogini, Hevajra, and Vajrapara. Each of them could have its own merit field, tangas, and of course, in meditation. It's connected with especially lineage, and especially, how should I say, the deities, those who accompanied with these main deities.
Okay, the second question is, I was reading this book titled The Diamond Cutter, The Buddha on Managing Your Business and Your Life, written by Geshe Michael Roach and Lama Christine McNally. I have yet to finish reading the book, but briefly, the book uses the essence and teaching in the Diamond Cutter Sutra and applied into running and strategizing business for success. So, two opposing opinions arose when I discussed with my friends. So the first opinion is, yes, this is a good way to implement Dharma into our daily life, especially in business. And moreover, if Dharma or particular sutra is used in strategizing or running a business, chances for them to create negativity will reduce, and you will be able to have a more harmonious working environment. But the second opinion is that no, while I agree that we should practice Dharma in our daily life, but using Dharma in this case, the Diamond Cutter Sutra, to run and strategize business is not too good. Business is meant to make money, and most often in the case of doing so, one may use unethical way to achieve it. So if we use Dharma to run business, then isn't it using Dharma to do bad things? So Rinpoche, what is your opinion in regard to the issue of using Dharma to run business, and also the publishing of such a book that combines Dharma and business?
It's a big question in order to give an answer. But I don't think that I can give such a short answer. I need to give very I try to explain in a short way. Generally speaking, of course, as you mentioned here in the second part, Dharma is not used for running for business. Of course not. But at the same time, I mean, this is the one part. Another part is, of course, we need to help, support, even also from the material side, in order to survive and achieve certain spiritual project. If you want to really achieve very good Dharma project without having material support, you can't do anything. Such as run, I mean, this is small scale, running proper way Buddhist center. This is a very small scale. But big scale, you establish big monastery, or big retreat center, whatever. All these things are very big scale. These are very, very useful, very benefit. Of Kyabgön. Useful work at the end, very important work. And so therefore, if you really sincerely running business in order to 100% pure support, to give pure support, then of course it's also so good. to use, to run Dhamma, to run business. But this business should be only pure. So that means without having such a big cheating and big whatever to especially harming others. And especially running such a restaurant with live food and whatever. This is a very beautiful name, with a beautiful name, right? So these are really strictly prohibited. Doing business means making profit. Of course, this is legally. But the profit has also limit. You can make profit according to acceptable in your country. Yes. But beyond that, no. So this, I think, my answer. May I correct understood? Yeah. Yes.
Okay, the next question is, what kind of a short meditation, 15 minutes to 30 minutes, can I do daily that will help me gain high realizations like the Buddha? Can observing my breathing help?
Aiming to Buddhahood is very important, of course. But thinking to achieve Buddhahood within a short period is, I think, it's unrealistic. So, if you achieve, for example, if you reach the highest part of story, such as a high building, you must climb it from the down to the up. Even if you are going by lift, you must wait for the lift and you must press the right button, button is important, then going from down to the up. So therefore, whatever we are doing in the daily practice, even if it's a short time, it should help. We need to do whatever is useful to achieve the highest position. Such as can observing my breathing help? Yes, of course, it's helped you, but only for part. Only for part. After this breathing exercise, you need to, such as focusing on your mind and wherever you are thinking, wherever you are dealing, whatever I mentioned last time. So always watching on your, focus on your mind and speech and what was the third one? Speech, talking and dealing. This is the most important. This is the basic and the first stage and very, very good preparation for your daily life. And through this channel, you can achieve good human beings. Through this channel, you will accumulate more and more good deeds. Through this channel, you can achieve bodhicitta, emptiness, and Buddhahood.
Okay, the next question is, if going to a temple, offering incense and so on is not true Dharma practice, and if one has started the process of mental transformation, which is the true Dharma practice, does it mean that there is no point in going to temple and offering incense, flowers to Buddha statues and images?
No, that's not true. Because of short time, we didn't have much opportunity to talk about these things. We are talking about accumulation of merit and accumulation of wisdom. Accumulation of merit. Merit means we need to, such as formal practice, making offerings, all these things belongs to the accumulation of merit. Through this power of merit, we will obtain very strong background or basic power in order to increase our mental position join into the wisdom, which is accumulation of wisdom. So therefore, we need this both accumulation of accumulations are side by side. What I mean is, if you are praying, making offerings, praying to the such as Buddhas, please make me healthier, please make me richer, and please make me whatever, all obstacles, remove all obstacles. That's incorrect. But you can make request in order to increase your mental power, saying that in order to Dharma practice, you would like to free from the disease, free from the whatever, all these obstacles. That will be all right. That means with combination of Dharma practice. Not only great interest for the worldly things. Making offering is one of the most important form of Dharma practice in our Buddhist tradition. For example, some months ago I gave a talk about the second Dalai Lama's biography. When he built the Trishulamba monastery in Tibet, he let them produce butter lamps, which has a few meters. How should I say? Huh? Diameter, such a big, and the water balls also have maybe each of them 2 meters or 3 meters diameter. Such a huge things. And he emphasized in that point, the making offering for us is extremely important, and we need to, through this channel, to achieve our strong mental disposition, to increase our faith to the three jewels. So he is explained like this. So therefore, it's rather important. It's very important, but we must have a correct motivation. Thank you very much. So now we recite dedication. Okay. Please go.
Okay. The first question is asking about that. Is that to achieve the realizations of emptiness? Is that equal to achieve enlightenment in the same lifetime, in this lifetime, or after you realize emptiness, still you need to practice for a certain period of time, then you can achieve enlightenment?
There's no fixed, because it depends on your own quality of practice. And some bodhisattvas, after their achievement, the emptiness, they would like to be in samsara as long as possible in order to help the others. And theoretically, if there's no any further conditions or interest, theoretically, you'll be able to achieve probably within the very life. Within the same life, what it means. If your realization of emptiness combined with higher tantra class, there's guarantee to achieve Buddhahood in the same life. if you practice with the same condition of achievement of emptiness with sutra method, so there will be other questions. This not because of Tantra is very powerful, but because of emptiness, bodhicitta, and combination of Tantra method is powerful. Next question.
The next question is that if to achieve enlightenment in the very lifetime, does that mean that you achieve realization of emptiness, internally, and then externally that you achieve the achievement of Dhammakaya?
How?
This question is asking that to achieve enlightenment in the very lifetime, does that mean internally you achieve realization and externally achieve the achievement of Dhammakaya? Does that mean the same thing?
If you ask me whether it's the same achievement of Dhammakaya and same achievement of Buddhahood, the answer is yes. If she or he asks me whether the same realization of emptiness in the Dhammakaya, these are not the same. Thank you very much.
Another question is that maybe I just mentioned that if Rinpoche has time, can explain next time. Another question is that the person requests Rinpoche to explain about emptiness in further details, and also please give some examples about emptiness. And then second question is that is there any way that to give up the attachment to some certain object or certain person or certain things?
The first part that will come next day. And the second is, what was that? Attachment or something?
Yeah, is there any certain method or certain way, to give up attachment to one object or a person or certain things?
Try not so much grasp on that. And do not focusing too much to looking forward to get those objects which cause you increase the attachment. Okay, so thank you. So did